Hey guys, Waddler-D here. We're back for more Bloodstained Curse of the Moon, and we have Defilers of Taboos. Or Defiler of Taboos. This is easily the longest level, and possibly the hardest, because it just throws everything at you, almost. You got the archers, you got the frogs, you got them all together in the same room. No, you are not doing that. That is some brood introduction. You were not a good librarian, because we're in the library, as you can see, and this place can be a massive pain. Mainly because of the anti-air you have to deal with, or the air problems that you have to deal with in the very first room, so Alfred should be on the deck at almost all times in this room, because it'll give you the best chance to get through this area without dying. And of course the game is kind enough to give you a lovely heart if you are having any problems with the first two screens. That's a little crazy. Good news is that you should not have too many problems if you're following along with the strategies here. Alfred, Miriam, you're good. You have coverage from projectiles, and you have coverage from the range. So other than that, you should not have too many issues with this first room if you follow along, and you're wondering, ooh, what's this shiny thing? Get it. You now have extra defense, and this is pretty much what your screen should look like at this point. 2 hearts, 2 weapon jars, a power glove, and some nice golden armor. And you could ruin all of that by going back to the beginning of the game. This is what Curse of the Moon does. Since we haven't really talked about this, allows you to basically take use of a save state, quote unquote, at the beginning of each level. So it's like, here, I got Miriam, that's cool. Hey, I got Alfred and that bottle, that's cool. Hey, I got Gebel in that heart container, that's cool. And then you go on along. It basically allows you to return to the beginning of the earlier areas of the game, just in case you missed anything, because there's a good chance that you did, and honestly, if you haven't, then good job. You don't have to even worry about this. In fact, you don't really need to ever touch it. That's the Curse of the Moon. It's cursed to never be used if you don't need it. So, other than that, that's one of the things I really wanted to talk about a little bit. And if you're thinking books are helpful, they're not helpful. They are assholes in this particular game. At least these books are. The ones that just decide to endlessly chance stuff at you. It's rude. Just smack them with your ball and chain. That's typically the best weapon for the job, because it outright kills them, and it goes through their shenanigans. Let's see. Ooh, that looks very nice up there. I'm going to definitely make use of that. Alfred definitely... Here's... Oh, no. So, nice thing about Alfred's burning spear is that he can use it with other characters can use it. So this means this enemy is screwed. If he didn't do that, you could also try to use Zangetsu's wonderful ball and chain, but I don't know if you'll be able to reach that guy from down there. So that's the only way you're really getting up there. To combine Alfred and Gebel's power to basically make that height advantage there. Otherwise, you are not getting up here, and this is a shortcut, and trust me, you want to take as many shortcuts on this level as possible, because it is easily the longest level in the game, and you don't want to be in this level for too long, because it's going to start driving you crazy for one thing. That's a good weapon to have. And to be fair, you don't want to be bouncing on books either, because these things are kind of reminiscent of... Well, goodbye, Zangetsu. We barely knew ye, because we've been barely using you. So, yeah, you don't want to be bouncing on frickin' books trying to get through this area, just because of how dangerous it is. I mean, if you are not timing your jumps well, you're going to be dying a lot in this level. And God forbid if you're stuck with Alfred. I mean, there are some things that... Now, let's use Voltic Ray, because... As you can see, Voltic Ray is not good on the field. It is easily one of the lesser sub-weapons when it comes to field work. Mainly just because of the whole, I want to hit every enemy. Or it's like, no, I want you to just hit this one enemy. Nope, nope, it's just going to do its own thing, and you're going to be really ticked off. So it is strictly boss killing weapon. So that's the big drawback of that weapon. It requires you to take throughout most of the level, because it's rare to find. And I do mean rare. Like, those green lanterns are the only way you're getting that ability. It sucks, but it's necessary. I mean, it's a very powerful tool, and if you were able to just find it in a measly old lantern, then this game would be stupid easy. Then we get introduced to the pixies of this level, and they are pretty annoying. They basically go from the left side of the screen to the right side of the screen, bouncing in a nice slanted pattern. And why are there conveyor belts in a freaking library? I don't know. Oh man, I am running out of people to toss at this particular level. This is not good. This is why this is one of the harder levels in the game, because falling in pits is just too damn easy today. You know what, Alfred? Here's a pit for you too. It's not a bad idea to just wipe out and start fresh in this game sometimes, because especially if you're going for speed runs, I imagine that is the best tactic to have, because not having that particular party member to make things easy can be quite a problem. Quite a problem. Oh, I really hate these frogs. These frogs are easily one of the most annoying enemies in the game. Like, you will, especially those particular frogs, because those frogs do a crap ton of damage. I'm not kidding. I mean, 3 damage from the armor on. Just imagine without it on. 4 damage. Ouch. And we don't have boomerang axe armors, which is the interesting part. Going to take this because this way's a little bit easier. Oh, and I do not have any weapon points. That sucks. Please be the salvation I need. Thank you. I was like wondering, why was I not having anything happen in there? Killing this guy real quick. Alright, so more conveyor belts in this room, and we have candles dropping these wonderfully purple flames from the 4th stage. Not cool. Luckily, you can deal with them using Gebel. Or Zangetsu in his ball and chain. That is like the only reason why I switched to Zangetsu lately. It's just, I need their ball and chain real quick. It's like, what? Okay, fine. And we have a... Is this a boss room? Are we actually here already? Oh, no. No. No, no. Damn. And I do not have that thing in the center that helped me out the last time. So, we have another painting as another mini-boss. Let's just make this trivial. Bye. So yeah, that's one great thing about Frost Caliber. It just makes that boss a joke. I love it. I just absolutely love it. So that's cool. Takes that guy out in one hit. Oh man, that was some serious big dough I just dropped in that death pit. Yeah, that's the problem with some things. You would have to use Gebel to get that. There's no other way. I mean, just, you don't have any character that can jump in there, or hit that thing and then jump back out of that pit. Yet. We have this room full of evil books that want to frickin' serenade us to death. Not fun. And I'm gonna have Miriam get this, because there's 2 things that you're gonna have to do here. Freeze this guy. Then you're going to need Miriam to get up on him, hit this, and then go through this door. Very complicated stuff, so you need 2 characters now to take some shortcuts here. Nasty, but awesome at the same time, because the game's like saying, are you figuring this stuff all out yet? Because we're going to start testing you here. And this level is like the ultimate test in that regard. Trust me, you want to be getting, like I said, taking as many shortcuts as you can, because this level takes for freaking ever. Oh crap. Damn it, Miriam. Your jump is just too good. Gotta watch out for that, guys. When you jump too far with her, because her high jump, while great at getting the job done, can do a little too well. And I'm kind of scared to use Gebel here, because honestly, let's do it. Yeah, you definitely do not want to have the situation that I'm in. Damn. Yeah. So we just got reduced from our 2 best mobility characters to our least 2 mobile characters. Great. Yeah, this can happen on this level, where you think you're doing hot, and then you get some really bad room like this. And you're kind of stuck with what you have here. So just be very, very careful. Do not be lackadaisy in this game. Just because you got it down pat doesn't mean you can slack off and expect to get through in one piece. It will kill you if you are just a bit off your game. Now I have no way to get up there, really. Maybe with this, but the problem is wait. Oh, yeah. Thank you, Frost Caliber. You're just proving to be the best. I will say the one thing, this song is probably the best song in the game. By far, or at least the best non-boss theme in the game. I just like the music. It's kind of nice and serene, but at the same time it implies, yeah, there's certainly danger. And it kind of reminds me of freaking one of the openings from Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. I kid you not. I listen to this song and I think about that anime every freaking time. So that kind of makes it final in more ways than one. But once you get to this particular set of rooms, you are at the end. And unfortunately, I cannot show off the wonderful voltaic ray. I don't know how pronounce some of these things, unfortunately, because, you know, my pronunciation skills are A+ material. Hee hee hee. This boss, Bathin, is a very interesting guy, but he's actually one of the easier bosses in the game, and I'm going to show you why this boss just... Ow. Okay. That doesn't mean you should be a total slouch against this guy. Now, the thing that you really need to worry about is velocity break. This attack is crazy, and the only way to stay safe is to be on the books that is not targeted. Everything else is like danger zone, so be very aware of that. He also has Trick Needle, and wow, that boss died. Once you get through that, then you have to deal with this major attack, Grand Cross, and that's the only way to dodge that is to jump at the perfect time, while they all collide into each other on that last lone book that you're on. It's crazy. But that's how he killed himself. It's not because you slashed him off. It's because he collided into his future self. Now we get to the final stage, because there's nothing else left. We're at the top of the towers. And Curse the Moon, I mean, there's a freaking title insert almost. And you're thinking, well, what can this game do to me now? Oh god, what is that? Yeah, that is our main threat of this level, and this is the main difficulty behind it. These things are scary as hell. That is a swarm of bats. You might think locusts, but those are bats. And they will eat up the entire stage. I kid you not. Look, this thing is chasing me. And if you imagine if you don't have any ground to stand on, you are probably going to die a miserable death falling down. Yeesh. So yeah, those things make themselves known very quickly that I cannot screw around in this level. We also get some very dangerous enemies introduced to us, like this guy. This guy, you should definitely take a safe approach to killing him, because They do a ton of damage, and it takes a number of hits. Nice use of magic charms, though, because that you would not be able to just stand up to that guy so easily. Oh boy. So one thing that you've been noticing is that the background for certain spots are a little bit darker. You should use that as a hint, because that is telling you the way that things are going to be coming at you quickly. And if you have that in mind, just makes this area a lot less painful to deal with. Alright, so let's see if we can get something nice and good here. Ah, damn it. I kind of wanted a burning spear, because that actually protects you against those things, so keep that in mind. Definitely want to have max protection here, because this upper route kind of sucks, because you gotta deal with everyone's favorite enemy again, these ladies. Come here, ladies. Nope, get the hell down there. Ow. Damn. Oh, crap. I totally forgot. That thing was literally in my face. Like, oh, that's bad. So, not in all, this level isn't too bad. I'd say this is not as bad as the last level that we went through. Still hard, though. And if you were observant, those guys that we fought with the flaming sword attack, yeah, it rides these, I guess, chimeras, I want to say. We're just gonna kill this guy really quick with the axe. Jeez, it does one. It just needs one. Nice. Okay. I thought it was gonna require two since it takes so many damn hits, but the axe is just that damn strong. Okay, this part's a little tricky. Mainly because you think it's a nice. Oh shit, you see? See what I told you? And I got it, but I died. Damn it, Miram. I love your jump, but I also don't love the fact that it seems to end me in more death pits than not. So if you're having trouble getting through this, you can try Gebel. He'll help you out. Not entirely recommended if he falls into a pit, though. There's a nice example of no weapon energy. Good God. Not good so far. Just 0 out of 10 gameplay right there. So this is what happens when you don't have your two jumpiest characters, your two mobile characters. You have to deal with this thing just swarming after you. And make sure... Oh, damn. Well, I think we'll be okay. I got this old man with the Frost Caliber. Unfortunately, not getting enough height to his attack. Those enemies are one of the worst. I know I keep saying this, guys, but that enemy does a ton of damage, and it takes way too many hits. Like, it takes 3 ball and chain hits to kill. So, if you have Frost Caliber, use that. That is the best method of killing them quickly. But if you don't, definitely use the ball and chain, because it's the quickest method of doing a lot of damage at an anti-air pace. Everybody else is at extreme risk of getting killed. Just like this part. This part is where you're going to be needing to move quickly. Like, you should not be caring about those lanterns. You should be jumping up and out of the way, because these things do not have are on a tight schedule of killing you. So don't fall in the trap. Here's the ball and chain approach. Very quickly. It takes 3 of them, though. That's scary. You do not want that guy to do more than what he's doing, because once you get him on pace to attack you, trouble. Definitely you grab this, because this section is the last section before the boss, and this is the worst room in the game. Absolute worst. Like, this room will kill you more times than not, unless you have Alfred or some form of some form of plan. And as you can imagine, this staircase implies we are at the end of the game. Here's what I would suggest you do. If you don't have everybody on deck, go up the stairs. You get a free 1-up. Just like that. Head down the stairs. Not in that manner, yes, I'm not kidding. Because we're killing everybody. We want everybody in for this battle. And trust me, you want everybody in this battle. Because this is the final boss. There's nothing else behind it, so you want to go all out. And if you're had like a bunch of people that are really worn out, you have 3 hearts here. Holy crap. You also have this weapon. You want this. This is good. This is the weapon that's going to help you out the most. I'm going to have to go to Gebel here. Because I don't trust staircase or I don't trust the invisible bridge. I have fallen down into the death before, so don't want to be into that situation again. Grab that. And we are going to now meet the final boss. Say hello to Grimori. And she is a friendly lady. She has a very nasty attack. Remember that swarm of bats? She's the reason behind those swarm of bats. And you're going to have to figure out the patterns here. And the way to do that is to try to get yourself in a position to attack. Right now, I just have done terrible things. Burning Spear helps you for this fight. However, if you don't have it, because you picked up something a little bit more useful, you're going to have to deal with just knowing where to stand. Gebel is a good person for this fight, too, because, you know, the most damage. But Zangetsu is the go-to person here. Alright, so if you thought the first phase was kind of crazy, the second phase is an example of out-of-range nonsense. Whoa, okay, that's... damn, okay, you're not holding back anymore. Alright, so this boss is all about sub-weapon usage. You want to have your sub-weapons optimally. And don't worry if you don't have the best ones here. Like, for instance, this is the best one to use on this boss. See, that is useful beyond comparison. The fact that you can just sit there, use it once, and then do all this. Oh my god, just totally got rid of it. Game, why'd you do this to me? So yeah, be wary if you bringing in that particular sub-weapon. I really hope that you don't grab those. The way to deal with these is that you can jump over them or attack them, but if you still have some sitting out there, I would not recommend doing that. So the main method of attacking this particular boss is to use your sub-weapon, particularly Zangetsu's ball and chain. Again, the ball and chain be ever so useful. Or you could use Miriam's whip attack, or main whip attack from the highest platform. And this attack is a very terrifying attack. You saw how much range that fireball had. Yeah, you don't want to get hit by it. It doesn't do a lot of damage, but as you can see, it takes up nearly the entire tower, and if you happen to get hit in the air and knocked off the tower, you're dead. You are not going to be able to do much. It sucks, but it's something to heavily consider while you're fighting this boss. So I would highly recommend you stick with Zangetsu for this fight, because he is the go-to person with his whip. I mean, it does the most damage, ouch, and it has such great range. This attack doesn't do too much damage, I don't think. The full explosion, I don't know how much the big, massive fireball of death, that's kind of reminding me of Order of Ecclesia, a particular projectile that was really freaking good in that game. That was shaped like a moon. So once you figure out this boss, it's not so bad, but when you're first fighting this boss and you don't know what to do because the boss is in such out of range position, well, you're gonna just die a couple of times, I can say that much. And no, there is no third phase. That is pretty much the end of the game. Oh, you're still not dead, even though we've made you, like, burn up into holy flames? Okay, Zangetsu, what are you doing, man? That's not a good thing to hug. So, Zangetsu has just realized I actually care about my friends a little bit. But unfortunately, those moments were short-lived. apparently something happened to the poor red-coated man. That doesn't look good. Oh god, that does not look good at all. So, it seems that something has happened to poor Zangetsu, because we only have 3 people on this cliffside. Don't ask me how the hell they got there, but it seems that our allies are at a miss. And apparently Zangetsu is the new Dark Emperor. So we now have Dracula. We now have our Dracula, possibly. That's not good. I didn't know that Zangetsu was Soma crew. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. You didn't hear a thing. So, to be continued. This is not really the end. But, don't worry. We'll be getting to the actual end. So we get a nice showcase of all that we've done throughout this game. But we are still not done with this. We have another mode to take on. If you were observant earlier in the first video, there was a nightmare mode. And yes, that's what we're going to be doing next. And nightmare is not too much different, but offers some nice changes to say the least. And it does make the game a little bit more difficult, but not extremely, which is a bit of a bummer. But don't worry, there are other ways to play this game that will provide more challenge than you were expecting. And I am definitely looking forward to that too, because once you play this game a lot, you kind of start to see, man, this game's not that bad. So, let you enjoy the rest of these credits, and next time we're going to be diving into Nightmare mode. So thanks for watching, have a great day, and adios.